Hello, this is the second part of conversations with Ika, my conversation, and I will let it record longer this time. I needed to be sure that it had sound because the first two that I recorded had no sound. Okay, thank you. Good evening, good night, good morning. Enjoy this conversation.
Sometimes we are not prepared to lose people or to know how to face the loss, correct, the death in our lives. We don't know. We are as a human, we don't know how to face that. That's interesting because life and death they go hand in hand. We die every single day and we are born every single day. They keep saying that falling asleep is like dying. It's sort of like a rehearsal on death, leaving this planet, but knowing it intellectually. And it's interesting how the light will affect, even though we haven't. We didn't move, but the light. Yes. God, yeah. We are so bright. It's tremendous, yes. Anyway, I asked Ika if we could record this, just so we can start sharing thoughts and feelings about life and death and about how we feel. Ika is Romanian, correct? Yeah, from Romania, with some Greek roots, but Romanian. Romanian with Greek roots. Gloria, Gloria Dávila, born in the United States, and at least in the United States and Mexico. My parents were Mexican. And I'm into family constellations, and I'm now into phenomenological family constellations. And Ika and I met last year, correct? Yeah, March. Yeah, wow. Wow. Oh, wow. It was a different reality, remember? Yes, it was a totally different reality. Wow. And we met in Santa Teresa here in Costa Rica. And I had heard about her in November of the year before, 1.5 years ago. Yes. Yes. When somebody entered your life and left. Yes, but it was an interesting experience. Well, I said it because a guest in my house showed up and left. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Actually, like every moment of our life, it's so full of symbolistic. And if we are able to see the signs that are on every step, we can read and translate the messages that are all over the place. Like, it is amazing. That's why I call my work phenomenological family constellation. I wouldn't have brought up what the circumstances. Yeah. If Vasilica hadn't walked by and left. Yeah, exactly. And it's wonderful, it's beautiful. And from feeling bummed up and tired from my horseback riding training, because it's different. I was telling Nika, it's a challenge for me to get on top of the stool and open my leg and get on top of the horse. My legs are not as strong as they used to be. My hips are not as strong as they used to be. And you should have seen me last week. I mean, last week they almost used a tow truck to, I'm exaggerating a little bit, to help me get on top of the horse.
this week it was much, much better, but still the pain is there. And folks, if you're, regardless of your age, please, this is just a suggestion if you can follow it. Try to keep moving, do whatever kind of exercise you're into that makes you keep moving if you can. And a thing that has really kept me moving has been family constellation, being a facilitator and trying to preach with my own example, not just words.
Yeah, this is the most important thing in life is to actually be the thing, be the way that you want to teach somebody or talk the talk and walk the walk.
Correct.
And we cannot actually, at this time of in this society right now, we have so much information. The information is all over the way. Like we have bunch of tons of information on the internet, okay? But in the end,
Yeah,
we cannot teach somebody.
correct.
They can be influenced by our own example. We only can help them by only being that way.
Correct.
So the only thing that we can do for others is to work with us.
That's my
It's-
belief. Yes.
It's like I cannot change anybody, I cannot help anybody, I can support them sometimes in their process, in something different, but I cannot heal them. Nobody can heal somebody else. So we only can be there for others by being an example, a model, and being who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And now going back on the traumas and emotions,
Yes.
this is what actually holds us back to manifest what we are, our traumas, our pain.
You know, when you mention the word traumas going back, there's this beep in my ear that began. Now, from the traditional Chinese medicine, I know that the ear, when there's pain or some sort of discomfort in the ear zone, it has to do with fears. And traumas have to do with fears. And being able to face the trauma, the wound, because for me, trauma, wound are synonyms.
Exactly.
It's facing our fears. It's saying, yes.
Yes, but it's so dangerous for our inner kid to face the trauma, to face because it's painful. So what is going on there? It's the mechanism of the little kid that was.
Wait a minute.
Okay,
I'm just realizing something.
I'm jumping too fast
no,
on
no,
that.
no.
Yeah,
On the
please.
contrary, you're helping me put into words what it's like, why do we keep talking about the inner kid? No, I'm a 65-year-old woman who's angry at whatever or I want candy. It's not my inner child that wants it. It's me, 65-year-old
Yes.
Gloria.
But it's a fragile adult.
Yes, but wait a minute. It has to do with going back to the reptilian brain, to the survival brain.
Exactly.
And the brain and the way we have been able to explain it has been with the fact of the inner child. But what really is happening, in my opinion, is that our memories go back to when we were hurt, when we were afraid of fire. And you're right, as babies, I was taught, excuse me, I don't remember what I was studying then, but it had to do with how we have positive pleasure and quote negative pleasure. Negative pleasure is the pleasure that we learn to switch when we're babies and we cry and cry and cried, and then because they don't feed us and we cry, and so a pain becomes like a sedative. And because as babies, if we're not attended to, if our needs are not met, we die. And you talked about dying. there's this fear of dying. Yes, but it has to do with the reptilian brain, not so, and it has to do with the inner child, but it's activated by the reptilian brain.
I totally agree with you, and I will want to add something more about this. When we are like, okay, a kid, and our inner voice is repressed and pushed away, like don't do that, don't express that, we create a defense mechanism that is automatically came from the reptilian brain, that is safe mode.
Correct.
We need to be in a safe place, in a safe environment, so we start to create a persona that will be accepted, loved, how they want.
Yes.
Like don't speak, don't laugh, so
Don't cry.
don't cry, don't express your artistic gifts. So once that we develop this identity, that is not us, it's not our inner voice, it's something that we build based on other external drives, like to please my mom, to please my teachers, my environment, my society, my etc. Now we start to disconnect from our inner voice.
Correct.
So then we will just playing the character that we build from the trauma situation.
Correct, because we're seeking approval.
Exactly.
And
And
that
love.
and love, of course. And that relates to what Mr. Helder says, that in order to belong to our family nucleus, we are willing to die, to get sick, just so we belong. It has to do with that loyalty, and it has to do with, yes, we have traumas that are not expressed, and everybody's traumatized. One of my teachers, colleagues, and when saying just, she would say that we are born traumatized.
Yes.
And even while we are in the mother's womb,
we feel all that our mother feels.
correct.
All the emotions, and especially my mom, she also had some like difficult times, like I think your mom also, like there
Yes.
were difficult times, difficult
Yes.
years in our history,
Yes.
war, hungriness, different kind of disease. So it's impossible to be born in a complete blessed and sparkling environment, and it's impossible.
Correct.
We need to face the reality right now.
Yes, and that's why we're born here in this planet Earth, in order to go through those experiences. And yes, we have been traumatized. Yes, we are traumatized. In other words, we have problems.
Yes, but now the journey starts when actually we discover that we can find our inner voice.
Correct.
And manifesting our inner spirit, that is like the inner soul that has to come out somehow.
I need to mention, hold on,
Please.
please. I need to mention that out here, it started getting cold and dark. You can't see the difference because the light here is, anyway, because what Ika is saying is we have to go through this dark night of the soul and meet the disapproval of our family system in order to grow. And in order to grow, we have to go through the pain of reliving, refeeling those traumas, those wounds that we have.
exactly. This is how we can translate actually the emotions and heal the pain, the wound, because we exactly how we started. It's not enough to just know. Oh, I have this trauma, okay, but will not help you
No.
so much. Like just to know it. Actually, in order to heal, you need to face the emotions that you had in that you still have in your body. They're trapped in your body. This is the
Yes.
point.
They're repressed.
Exactly. You cannot change the history, but we can change how we relate to that history.
Correct.
What are our emotions about that event that happened in our life? We cannot change the event, yeah? But we can transmute, alchemize the emotions related to that event. And the only way is to face it, feel it, still will be dissolved.
Correct. And that's why we cry and cry and cry. Well, I'll talk in first person.
I cry. Okay, we cry.
Okay, we cry, I cry, and I cry over the same thing. Last night I was in class as a student. I'm still studying. I love to study. That's another suggestion. And to learn whatever you need to learn, whether it's to, anyway, you know what you need to learn. Whoever's listening to this video, I was in my Zoom class, and the teacher she suddenly was disconnected, and she sent another link, and I was not accepted. My goodness, and it was like, first I think I got angry, then I got discouraged, and then I asked a classmate, what happened? And she said, oh, the teacher said,
Yeah, I'm gonna stop the video here and start recording. And there we go. There, I'm gonna stop. And thank you. And we'll continue the next fragment. And that way it'll be short. Not the 43 minutes in one sitting, but different fragments. Thank you. Have a nice one.